Hey everyone, this is Pastor Bob, and it's time for our midweek message. And I'm doing a little bit early this week just because I know a lot of folks are going out of town. We're going out of town. I always joke around that as a pastor, I work every weekend and every holiday. Thanksgiving is the only holiday where I don't work. And so we're definitely going to take advantage of this time and spend some time being thankful for all that we have. And matter of fact, that's what I want to talk about today. I'd like to share with you a passage that I spoke about last night at the Granville ecumenical service. And if you want to write this down, this is a very powerful passage. It's 1 Thessalonians 5:12 through 15. Let's pick this apart a little bit. Now we ask you, brothers and sisters, to acknowledge those who work hard among you, who care for you in the Lord and admonish you. Right there, let me just open by saying thank you, all who are doing kingdom work, whether it's feeding the poor or serving in a church committee or helping out on Sunday, or maybe you're busy. You've got a full schedule, you're raising kids and you're going from work to sports to whatever. Maybe you can't be present in a physical way, but you support the work of the church through finances or through prayers. Whatever your part, no matter how big or how small, thank you. I can't help but think of what the world would look like if everybody followed Jesus. I mean, that radical love that knew no boundaries. Imagine if everybody just agreed, I'm going to follow Jesus. Let's not even count the whole rest of the Bible, which is valuable. Don't get me wrong, but let's just imagine everybody followed the red letters. What would politics look like? What would our families look like? Our homes, our relationships, our workplaces? And that's the work of the church, to usher in the kingdom. Remember, Jesus spoke more about the kingdom than being saved or anything else by far. Our job is to usher in the kingdom, and I want to give thanks to everybody who is taking part in that, because I firmly believe no matter who you are or what your politics are or what your theology is, the world needs Jesus. Paul continues, he says, hold them in the highest regard in love because of the work. And then listen to this one. Live in peace with each other. Wow, I think Christians might have missed the memo on this passage. Live in peace with each other. I can't help but think that if Christians, just let's say practicing Christians, were to live as an example of this, to stand apart from the culture and the culture wars and the world that we live in, where it doesn't matter what you say or what you believe, there's going to be somebody upset and somebody disagreeing with you. Live in peace with each other. Wow, that's a powerful message. When I meet people, I'm a pastor and I often have to share my views publicly, which puts me in a position for critique. And so I conversate with people all the time who may not agree with something I say or believe. And I don't get upset. Here's how I look at it. When I've got friends on the far left, I got friends on the right, I've got friends in the center, I've got friends where we might agree on 80% and then 20% we don't. I got friends all over the place. And what happens in the world today is when we disagree with somebody else over a particular issue, one, we get upset, our face turns red, and then we either inadvertently, or maybe we do this on purpose, but then we paint this other person with this wide brush of disagreement. You don't believe the Bible because you don't agree on what this passage says. You are a bad person because you don't look at things the way I do on this particular issue. See, what I do is, even with people I disagree with, we might disagree on that, but there's 99% of that person I love. And I'm not going to let that 1% or 2% or 30% bar me from loving the rest of them. We disagree. So what? If we're waiting for a world where we all agree on every issue, we're going to be here a long time. That's why Paul says, live in peace with each other. Do it now. Don't wait. The day where everyone agrees and everybody is homogenous in mind and thought and deed is never going to happen. Never has happened. Now, one day we'll all be in heaven in a perfect world. There won't be anything to disagree about because we'll just be living in paradise and in a world that we can't even fathom right now. But right now, live in peace with each other. Just imagine if we did that. What a powerful message. But let me continue. It says, and we urge you, brothers and sisters, warn those who are idle and destructive, encourage the distant-hearted, help the weak, be patient with everyone. Make sure nobody pays back wrong for wrong, but always strive to do what is good for each other and for everyone else. Wow. This is certainly a passage that you could tattoo on your arm or your forearm, or carry it on you, or get a T-shirt. And if you live by this, my gosh, how that would change you. Now, this last part of this passage, I think of this less as an instruction that we can check off each point, each day, but as more of a way to view the world. So let me read this to you and let me know what you think. Rejoice always. Pray continually. Give thanks in all circumstances. For this is God's will for you in Jesus Christ. And we're coming up upon the season of Thanksgiving, a season where we remember all that we're thankful for. It calls to mind a conversation I had a while ago with somebody who was skilled in the art of counseling. I can't remember if they're a counselor or a psychologist or psychiatrist, but he was saying, just talking to people, and he was saying, there's an exercise you can do that you can incorporate into your routine that sounds silly but has powerful impact. And he says, when you get up every morning, write down 10 things you're thankful for and pray to God and give thanks to them. And I haven't done that recently. I probably should pick that back up again, but I actually did that for a while, and it did really change my thinking for the day, because it's really easy to get negative. It's really easy to get frustrated. Why? Because life is tough. The myth that we kind of live in America, the sitcom myth that every family is perfect and every job is perfect, and that everything around us is perfect, and that if our lives don't meet that standard, there's something wrong. It's a myth. All of us are struggling with something. Every one of us. It might be health issues. It might be an issue with one of our kids. It might be a problem with finances. It might be a job closure. I mean, oh my gosh, the list is endless. And it's really easy to get negative when our lives don't match up to the sitcom 1970s through 1990 view of the world. The reality is nobody's does. We are all struggling with something. Yet Paul tells us, now this is a guy who was shipwrecked, bitten by a snake, was stoned a couple times, was persecuted, was eventually carted off to Rome in chains, and then was persecuted under Nero. I think it was in 67. I can't remember the exact year, but it was him and Peter. I mean, this is a guy, if he wanted to be a victim and complain about things and have a laundry list of reasons to be mad at the world, it was this guy. But this is what he says. Rejoice always. Pray continually. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Jesus Christ. What a powerful message. And listen, I get it. It's hard. The world we live in, I get it. I am not in a bubble. I get it. But my prayer is that we practice this passage. Not only that, but follow Jesus and practice all the things Jesus says. But just imagine that if we just every day rejoiced, always prayed continually, and gave thanks. And that's what the season's about. This Thursday, you may be with family. Maybe your family's scattered across the country. You might be alone. And maybe you're going to watch TV or go help at a food pantry. I mean, I don't know what you got planned, but it's a season where we remember to be thankful, because if we truly sat down and did an inventory of all the things to be thankful for, there wouldn't be enough pages. And if we prayed to God continually, thank you for all this, and rejoiced, what a transformation that would bring upon our view of the world. Anyway, thank you for everybody who's a part of this church and part of the kingdom. And hope everybody has a wonderful holiday, and I will see you next week.